right, welcome back. Just setting up all my stuff, making sure that everything's working properly. Thanks for being here. Anybody that is new watching for the very first time, please rock that like and subscribe for your girl, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I've got a few things I need to do today, so I had to really just jump on and get this video done. And yeah, so just making sure that everything's working properly. Got my drinks. All right. Okay, everything's good. Everything looks good on my end. Hope it is on your end as well. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so yeah, so if you're here for the first time watching, and there's a lot of information that we can all learn, you know, and we're just got to be open to information. And you only just take what resonates. Use your discernment, do your own research, okay, and use your own discernment, and only take in for you what resonates. But the thing is that we're all here to learn, right? And we can learn as much as we can from one another. All right, here we go. So Project Opus is an off-world program that was left of the box because it involves other universes. They came to our universe to choose hand-picked people that they needed in order to create these advanced super beings beyond the Galactic Federation to fight in the multiverse against the negative AI. I got my notes, so everything that I learn and everything that I research and everything that I, learn from others, I just take my notes and pop them down so I don't forget anything or leave anything out that might be of importance, okay? All right, let's keep going. So they came to our universe to choose handpicked people, and yep, I just read that. And it is a multi-universe extraterrestrial program. The guys are all tall and buff, built like Thor or Superman, with similar features. And the women are petite, fit and in shape, probably like Wonder Woman, okay, or like that lady on Resisdent Evil, Alice, from the final chapter, okay. And but even as we activate our DNA, all right, as we activate our DNA, a lot of starseeds will become these mighty warriors of light, because at a 12-strand DNA activation, all right, you once again have all these super powerful abilities that come online, and that we once used to have. We once used to have those abilities when we had that 12 strands of DNA operating, and lost all that when we went into low vibration. Anyway, keep going. And so, yeah, you once again have all these super powerful abilities that come online, and we once used to have those. And so it is also activating of either 12 strands, 24, or even as further as activating 48 strands of DNA. And for the majority, there are some starseeds that are capable of activating the 48 strand. I mean, like, wow, that's beyond super powerful at 48 strands, guys. And there are apparently different branches of Oak Tree. The overall premise of Project Oak Tree is to resurrect the gods and the demigods of old and bring them back into our timeline. These super soldiers are extraterrestrial beings that traveled back in time to extract genetics from Zeus, Hercules, and Hercules. This even goes back into the time of Solomon. And back in that time, a lot of those people were so powerful and strong, right? Oh my goodness. For wisdom and knowledge, to extract all these different genetics from all these people, all these legends, and so they brought them back into the present to recreate the gods of modern times. That is what Project Oak Tree Opsis is. All right. Surya Omega is the name of the AI overlord. He is not a god, but to the NAA, the negative alien agenda, and all their collectives, that is their god. They come under the Draco. They answer to Draco, to him, right? Or the Draco answer to the AI god called, what's his name? Surya Omega, okay? So the praying mantis, the negative ones, at least there are some positive ones as well. So the negative Sades, and there are also some positive Sades, all the negative regressors, in other words, answer to the entity known as Surya Omega. So the super soldiers killed him in the last war against evil, which takes place 1,000 years from now, Earth time. Everything is happening simultaneously in the future. It's already taking place from the perspective of higher dimensions. And so that war has already been won. So that's good news, right? It's good news for us here in the now, okay? It explains why we're still here, because if Surya Omega would have won that war, everything would have been erased and we wouldn't be here at all. And so that is the name of the AI God. And I think the AI God, as I've done some research and learnt, is that the AI God's other name is Animus. All right. So as they call him Surya Omega, it means the end of the universe. He is considered a destructive force as the cosmic virus. So the reason to resurrect the gods of old was to create more advanced versions, more powerful versions of gods of old. Was to bring back about the end of Surya Omega. So having cybernetic genetics, it cannot be no more than 30% apparently, because if it is more than 30%, you can be susceptible to being taken over by negative AI. And if it's under 30%, then it's an enhancement, okay? Some of the super soldiers were given 15 to 20% of these cybernetic genetics in order to make more robust and more powerful. So Solar Warden is a planetary secret space program where it involves my lab, military, and abduction and all that stuff, okay? And so is Radiant Glory. So those are the planetary super soldier programs that were made by either the ICC or Solar Warden. All right, let's keep going. And they operate within the local universe, within the Milky Way, and other galaxies and colonies. And now for Radiant Guardians, as a multi-universe, they operate beyond the confines of our local universe. And we are in other timelines and other universes of timelines and other parallel universes to our universe. And so time operates differently. So, yeah. Every universe has its own set of physics, its own parameters and parameters. All right, tongue twister. And its own realities. All right, might need to have a little bit of a zip, I think. Nice. Don't worry. It's cranberry juice. Love that. All right, so I keep going. And so that's the reason it requires a longer period of the fact that they are involved in many other universes. Because as known, time doesn't exist in higher dimensions. We all know that. There is no time in higher dimensions. There's only time, and it's linear time in the 3D. So Radiant Guardians program were blank slated. Some of the ultra super soldiers were to protect, was actually to protect them. So they were blank slated and had lost all memory of who they were. And, you know, it was just to protect them so that they wouldn't become a target. All right. And they knew that who they were, and, you know, they actually didn't know who they were. So that's what I've just got here. And the alternative realities was that they were capable of that, would make them a target by the powers that be. So if they had known who they were, and they could have like just given away their cover, right? So they had to be blank slated, so they didn't become a target for the powers that be, that we were trying to find them anyway. There are 100 and a balance between both males and females that have been genetically modified to become super powerful. Nothing can destroy them because they have an inbuilt mechanism that will automatically activate if the men in black or negative ETs would try to take them out. So they know that they would be destroyed if this defense mechanism came online. But in a sense, they want to use these super soldiers and convert them. And this is what I was just saying just seconds ago. And that's what they want to do if they just find them, and just wanted to convert them to the dark side. And this is why so many are blank slated, having no memory of who they are until it's time when they are activating their DNA. So we're kind of like working on our DNA, doing all this inner work and everything. So yeah, all right, keep going. So the difference between Syrian High Council, let's talk about that, and the Niburian Council. So the Syrian Council are the primary governing body of the force of light in our local universe, as the Niburian Council is one of many other councils that work underneath them. So under the Syrian councils, they are in charge of our universe when it comes to the forces of light. And then the Niburian Council was given jurisdiction over the 200,000 star systems. Even in the Niburian Council, they answer to the Syrian High Council. Okay. All right, let's talk about the Elohim. So the Elohim warriors race was created by the original 12 tribes that originated in Lyra. They combined the genetics and they came from the 12 major creations. And they came from the 12 major creations. And you can find this information in Ishmael's book. So it's all written in there. And if you go to the description box down below, you'll find a link to be able to go and purchase his book and be able to do some research and have a look at that information in his book. All right, it's called Our Cosmic Origin. Okay. All right, carry on. So, yeah, and while I'm here, please rock that like and subscribe for your girl. I would really appreciate that. And thank you so much. Okay, let's keep going. So now in order to create a super race so that they can continue in this war against the negative AI, those ones are known as the Elohim warrior races. Elohim, because they are a part of the Guardian Alliance, interdimensional Guardian Alliance. And they do originate from the 13 and the 14 and 15 dimensions, which is the realm of eternity, and had actually stepped down in frequency and or descended to lower frequencies in order to become the guardians of councils of Elohim races. Wow. So the Christed ones, anything that is off-world, is what the term Anunnaki is. So any force, any intelligence comes from another dimension or another planet. It is considered Anunnaki, whether good or bad. So you have benevolent ones and you've got the malevolent ones, all right, the malevolent kind. But the Elohim are strictly the forces of light, okay? All right, let's keep going. And according to prehistoric times or tablets, Noah, and this is really interesting, Noah was the son of Enlil, contrary to what is revealed in the Sumerian prehistoric tablets. He was actually the son of Enlil, and he was the one that didn't mix with the reptilian genetics. So he had a pure angelic lineage, and that's why they preserved human race through him. When the good Anunnaki, through Enlil, decided to wipe out the abomination, like the giants, the Nephilim, and all those creatures, and they were genetically created by Enki. All right. I did a lot of digging in the past about Enki. I did a lot of research because I really wanted to know all that information. It was just so interesting to me. So I really dived deep into doing a whole lot of research on the gods of old, the gods of the ancient times, right? And so, yeah, I went on that journey to find out about these ancient beings that called themselves gods and wanted to learn as much as I could. So what I learned was that Enki, the Mesopotamian god, was a husband to his wife Ninhursag. I hope that I pronounced that right. Ninhursag. I probably butchered it. I do apologize, sorry. If you guys can pronounce that, that'd be really awesome. Anyway, they were both scientists working together. And so that's what I found out too, is that as a husband and wife, they work together as scientists, experimenting. And you know what, scientists, well, you know, some of them like to experiment with certain things. Anyway, these two, all right, Enki and Ninhursag, they were both experimenting with mixing genetics between different species. All right, that's all my research that I did and had a look and really dived deep into that and really wanted to know, you know, all that information. It was really interesting. And you've got to do your own research, okay, guys? Go and have a look and just really, you know, if you want to know the truth, right, you got to go and do some research and you got to find the truth for yourself. It's out there. Just go and let your fingers do the walking and go and Google search. But anyway, yeah, these both were experimenting with mixing genetics between different species. They created beings that turned out deformed because they were trying to create both male and female beings that could reproduce or produce offspring. Interesting, isn't it? And instead of their work, you know, led to creating creatures being deformed, and also created Nephilim giants as well. So they messed with a lot of things and made unnatural beings, these two. And they were just, they would not stop, all right? They just kept going and working at it in their science lab, right? Experimenting with genetics and trying to mix a genetic with some other species or some other creature, and then a lot of them came out deformed and things like that. And this is the reason for the flood. It wasn't because there was a birthday bash, right, going on, and that it was too noisy or anything like that for Enlil. There wasn't anything like that. As a matter of fact, Enlil was showing mercy by sending a flood. He put an end to Enki and his wife's mess that they created. And that's hence why the flood happened, is to just wipe out all those creatures that were deformed. I mean, yeah. All right, moving on. Okay. And so we have different harmonic universes. Let's talk about that. And obviously you have the third dimension universe, and the third dimensional universe is part of the lower harmonic system, which occurs in or occupies dimensions 1, 2, and 3. And then you have the second harmonic universe, which occupies dimensions 4, 5, and 6. And that is where all the galactic wars are taking place. And then you have the third harmonic universe, which includes a 7, 8, and 9. And the Raw Collective actually comes from the fourth harmonic universe, which occupies 10, 11, and 12 dimensions. All right, so I just add that into my notes. And so that's who they are, okay? And those are all those dimensions. All right, so the Lyra culture is the most, I'm going to go from different information here and as I've written it down. So just bear with me, guys. So the Lyra culture is the most spiritual, advanced culture in our galaxy and in our universe in its original makeup. They were 12-dimensional beings, multi-dimensional, and they were interfacing with the elements and even their worlds. These landscapes all developed through this high consciousness, and so there's nothing mechanical about them. Everything that they did is part of the symbolic relationship and that they had with their ecosystem. And so they lived in peace for millions of years under the creation myth of extending that love in service to other species and other worlds. So they would expand in space very peacefully. So the first system they occupied were planet Avion and planet Avalon and planet Apex, and also planets Bellon and planet Murok. So I hope I pronounced all those names correctly. I probably butchered those as well. So, oh well, keep going, eh? But I think you sort of like can understand, you know, some of these planets that I've just mentioned as well. These are the main planets that were colonized by Lyrans, and before they were faced with dealing with Draco, before the first galactic war took place. The trans were in service. They were considered as the children of one, and in service to great infinite creator, in service to others, and so they would peacefully bring about a felicity and educate the undeveloped races by teaching that the principles of unity consciousness is brotherhood and sisterhood, living in harmony and balance, and how everything in existence is sacred. Okay? And so they were the great educators. Some called them the descendants of the Elohim here in our reality, universal time matrix. So the best way to defend ourselves from the 5G cybertronic weaponry, Sala weaponry, is by keeping your vibration high. And I couldn't stress that enough. Right now, you guys, is the reason why we do all the inner work, is to raise our frequency, energy, vibration. You know, stay in those high frequency vibes. All right. Okay. Where was I? And so if your frequency is at a high frequency, then the average person through spiritual means, meditation, yoga, tai chi, whatever it is that you can do to raise your vibration high, that you give yourself immunity, and will always give you immunity from these negative weapons. All right. Sometimes our main protection is like going to raise our frequency, energy, vibration. We just raise up and be high vibing and things like that. All right. If you want to go to what is known as the original Immaculate Conception, is when Prime Creator Source, which is the state of existence, is a pure energy trying to explore more of itself. And that's how the original creation took place, which was a fraction of the one into many, ready for the ones to explore more of themselves. All right? It's kind of like talking about us. All of the star seeds, the Waishas, the souls, every soul, is source, God, experiencing a lot of itself through us, right? That's awesome, guys. Oh, man. I just love this stuff, I really soak it up and just get into it, there's just so much that we can learn. I mean, I do remember Dolores Cannon, sharing about how we are here in Earth School and we should just learn as much as we can. We've got lessons to go through and things like that. And once we go through one lesson, we go on to the next, into the next, into the next. It's amazing. Yeah, love knowledge, love wisdom, guys. All right. Through diversity, through contrast, through duality, known as knowing that everything was part of the one. And that is how everything expands. The one cosmic consciousness of the omniverse, which includes all the different universes, is able to expand by undergoing division, which is equivalent to what some Eastern teachers call the spirit into matter. Okay. We're here in the final stage of this vibration to condense all the way down to the third dimension so that we could gain more experiences. We're heading back into oneness, and that's what the ascension is. It is coming back into that state of unity. So, yeah, there's another video I sort of want to make, and it's called the Law of One. So, yeah, but that's for another video. All right, I keep going. Okay, so the whole lot of information there. There's tons of information there. And if you'd like to know more about Radiant Glory, Solar Warden, and Radiant Guardians, tune in to James Rank's channel on Rumble, where you will find more of this deep information if you're interested to learn more. All right. Okay, so actually that's it from me for now. So please rock that like and subscribe for your girl, and also check out the description box below. You will find a link for our Telegram chat group, and it's called Galactic Jedi Soul Family. So if you're looking for like-minded starseed soul family, that's where you'll find us. All right. Everyone is loving and amazing and sharing awesome information that will help you on your journey as well. And so don't be shy. Come and join us. Come and say hello. And yeah, be amongst warm and loving starseeds, right? All right. So that's really all I have for you right now. But so much information. And as I was saying before, if you want to learn more of this stuff, just go and check out James Rank's channel on Rumble. Yeah, a lot of information. He is just amazing. And also check out Ismail Perez's videos too, because he has a lot of information about Solar Warden and Radiant Glory and Radiant Guardians as well. All right. But yeah, and also Just a reminder too that, you know, as we activate our DNA back into the 12th strand, and just as I was saying before, you know, we activate all those abilities that are just waiting right here to be activated. 12 strand, whether you can activate 12 strand, 24 strand, 48 strand. I mean, the 48 strand, that's just way beyond powerful, guys. All right, you're just going to be something like Superman and Thor, all right, and all those superheroes like Wonder Woman. I mean, geez. Oh, and also I did watch a video, one part there, and I was listening to this guy, and he was sharing his take and his find on what it is like of past times, you know, when we had those 12 strands activated. And he was talking about how, I can't remember if it was on Instagram or Facebook, but anyway, he was sharing his information that when we used to have 12 strands of DNA activated, we had all these superhuman abilities. And the fact is that because we're only using something like 2 strand, 3 strand, or maybe 4, some people probably 6 strands of DNA, we don't have those abilities as much. However, some of us might be telekinesis. Telepathy is one of those higher abilities that a lot of people, I believe that a lot of starseeds are using at the moment. So yeah, tap into that. All right, if you have that ability, tap into that and embrace it. And if you've got, you know, if you're using telekinesis, tap into that too. I mean, it'll be amazing to go back to being 12 strands of DNA activated, right, and having those abilities. I mean, I can't wait to meet up with my soul brothers and sisters, the galactic Jedis. I'd probably fly over there to see them. Anyway, I think I'm going on a bit long. So thank you guys for being here with me. I hope all that information helped you. And as I said before, do your own research, use your own discernment, and only take what resonates for you. All right? I thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. Have an awesome weekend and take care. Okay, bye for now. See you guys. And thank you everyone for watching. Bye.